Welcome, everyone. Welcome once again to In Touch. Once again, Dr. John Nowicki is with us. Nowicki Chiropractic and Wellness. Good to see you again.
Thanks for having me again. Man, we're here on a snowy day. We got 9 inches coming today.
You're all smiles today.
Oh yeah, I was out of my snowshoes this past weekend. Put in almost 3 hours on them, and yeah, I love the snow and I love winters. That's why I moved up here 20 years ago. You know, the older I get, the less I'm totally fond of winters. I'm not that thrilled by them like I used to be, but it's still fun to get out there. But man, the Packers won big time. Said hello and goodbye to the Giants in the playoffs. And again, some incredible hits. And if you've played football, you know the speed involved out there.
Yep.
Those guys are running 15 to 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You got two guys, heavily muscled, smashing into each other, and way more than that per play, of course, but at various speeds. And you see the injuries that happen at those speeds, and you go, wow, I can see how that happens.
Yeah.
And folks, it's a slippery day out there right now. The cops are going to be busy going to accidents. You guys are traveling way faster than the Packers run, all right, at your slowest typical speed on the road, right? 25. There aren't too many players that are running faster than 25 miles an hour out there, okay? So when you have an impact, that's a hit you're taking. And your helmet, yeah, that's the car around you. I get it. But even if you don't injure yourself or your car that much, you can still injure yourself. And the analogy I always use is, yeah, you didn't ding up your car much, but how many helmets are dinged and broken when somebody gets a concussion? None. The helmet looks brand new typically, right?
It does, yes.
Maybe a little bit of paint scuffing going on. But that's the same thing that can happen in the car. So, don't always look at the car and say, well, I don't know why I'm hurting so much. The car is hardly dented. Yeah, think of the football helmet analogy, all right?
Yeah.
Same thing in your body. You can still get thrown around in there. And, I'll tell you, the worst case scenario, of course, is a death. And frankly, we've seen a few being prosecuted out there. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you, I'm very conscious of my driving now. I guess I'm just ignorant of it. I didn't realize if you don't make any traffic violations and you make a mistake in some way and kill somebody in an accident, you can charge for manslaughter.
Mm-hmm.
But that has made the paper a few times lately, so I'm really aware of it. But car accidents can put enough force into your body to kill you, to tear your spine apart, to create enough damage internally to kill you. Hey, all of us that have been through a car accident and survived had less than that perfect amount of force needed to take you out. But the odds are you've had some damage done to you. So one of the things we've done in our office is and it's funny with car accidents, you buy a product and that product is adversarial to you once you need to use it. It's called auto insurance. Okay? The auto insurance carrier, they, of course, give their executives big bonuses, and they can't give them big bonuses if they pay you what you need to cover your medical expenses. So their job is to give you as little as possible and keep as much as possible of what you pay them. It's just business, all right? And they're good at it. I mean, that's how they build all those big, beautiful buildings around. You go to, American Family down by Madison there, and they own the damn whole north corner of the town, northeast corner there, right? You go down to Milwaukee and you see, Acuity building one big building after another. They've probably spent $250,000 on their flagpole alone.
Sure.
You don't get that by giving away your money easily in a car accident. So the way you get what you need, is that you've got to find somebody that can objectify your injuries. What does that mean? That means it's more than just an opinion that you're hurt. Hey, your opinion is you're hurt. Ow, my neck hurts, my back hurts, I got foggy vision from or foggy thinking from a concussion. Hey, but that's just you saying it. That's called subjective. Doesn't hold a lot of weight.
All right.
Okay, what you need is a doctor that says, hey, objectively, this is data that shows that you're not functioning the way you did when you were before the accident. So what we do is, in our office, we've got two ways to objectify your injury, to show where your injury is and how severe it is. One is computerized radiographic mensuration analysis. So we take motion x-rays and then we digitize them, and they will show if the bones are moving the right amount as you bend your head forward and back and your low back forward and back, or if they're moving too much. If they're moving too much, okay, that means your ligaments are damaged. Now, ligaments are just straps that hold your bones together.
Right.
Jordy Nelson, he got injured again this past weekend, but last year, second preseason game, he blew his ACL. That's a ligament, a strap that holds a knee together. It's like the famous ligament of the knee, all right? But in your spine, you've got 10 ligaments or straps between each bone of your spine. Okay? So you got 24 movable segments in your spine. You're talking 240-ish ligaments that can get damaged, and you need to find them to document your injury. You see, the number one cause, and this is according to the insurance industry themselves, 85% of injuries in car accidents are ligament injuries, soft tissue injuries, and it's the ligament. It's not so much the muscle. All right, muscles heal in 6 weeks, and you're good. All right, they're very quick at healing. Ligaments, when they're stretched and damaged and torn, may never heal. All right, so you gotta find them and document them that they're injured, because if you don't, they're the number one cause of disability or back pain. Okay, so back pain, low back pain, is the number one disabler in our country, and the number one cause of that is ligament damage. All right. Number 3 disabler in our country is neck pain, and the number one cause of that, okay, is ligament damage. And a huge percent of those are caused by car accidents, through whiplash, throwing your head forward and backwards violently. And I'll tell you, man, just Google whiplash accident video reenactments, with crash test dummies, and anybody that thinks that can't cause an injury after watching a few of those, whoa, there's an optometrist that you got to go to.
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry. You go from 60 miles an hour to nothing. I don't care how many airbags you have in front of you, how good your seatbelts are. You are tearing up your body. And you can either remember that car accident for the rest of your life by having chronic pain from it, or you can get it addressed by getting it objectively determined as far as where the damage is, that can then direct care appropriately to get that healed up as best it can. Or you can wake up every day and remember that, from a sore neck, headaches, back pain, arm pain, you name it, that you'll remember forever and ever. Because 50% of the people that are in car accidents that survive them remember that car accident for the rest of their life, from having neck and back pain, leg pain, arm pain, headaches, things like that. So you've got to know where the injury is, okay, and the x-rays, they're the gold standard, the motion x-rays, and then we have a radiologist read them, okay, so that the car accident insurance, your car crash insurance, will have that as a second opinion, okay, data. And the radiologist's opinion is based on data, millimeters and degrees. In fact, they measure it to tenths of a millimeter as far as the excess motion or lack of excess motion. All right, because these tests also show if you're not injured. And insurance companies like that too, because of course their opinion is everybody in a car crash that isn't dead is faking it. That's their opinion. When you claim that, they're immediately thinking, oh boy, here comes another one. All right, because somehow that's what they think the literature shows, which it doesn't, because many people report continued problems after their settlement, when they have no chance of recouping anything more. So
there's a time frame there that you talked about last time.
Yeah, if you're in a car accident, you need to seek care as quick as you can, either by ambulance or otherwise, to document it, because the quicker you document it, the better it is for me as a provider. All right, even if you go to your medical doctor first, you got to start that chain that you sought care, whether it gave you relief or not. And no drug in the world, no pain med, is going to fix a torn ligament. All right, it just doesn't. You got to establish normal movement, or you get a whole wad of scar tissue in there. Okay, and scar tissue, kind of look at it as gum and hair. It's not flexible. If you pull on your scalp, that'll pull on that wad of scar tissue, so to speak, that gum dried up in your hair. So you got to get rid of the scar tissue by getting that ligament moving properly, and that's what we specialize in my clinic, is taking care of those injuries. Another thing we do to document it is we use something called dynamic surface EMG. So we test your range of motion and the muscle function at the same time. In the low back, when you bend forward, the muscles in your back increase their activity as you tip forward. Okay? But when you lean forward all the way, you should hang on your ligaments if they're healthy enough to. If they're not, if you've damaged them in an injury like a car accident or a hit like Jordy Nelson took,
Right.
the ligaments will be damaged. And then the muscles can't relax, and you won't get this flexion relaxation phenomena.
Okay.
It's a cardinal sign of an injured spine when you can't relax when you're bending forward all the way. Your muscles are bracing and have to do the work of the ligaments when they shouldn't be. So it's like a lie detector test. If you're a lawyer out there listening, this soft tissue test, this muscle test, is like a lie detector test. If they say they're hurting but they're hanging there on their ligaments, it's like, well, I think we got to send you to a psychiatrist. You're in the wrong office. But if they say, yeah, doc, it hurts, but it doesn't relax, then it backs them up. And the insurance companies know that. It's backed up in court cases, and it's there's no arguing it. All right. For the neck, it's more rotation and lateral bend that shows the abnormal function. When you bend your head to the left muscle should contract to do that, the right should relax. If they don't, that's a sign of muscle bracing, and you can't fake that. You can't fake it. That's the nice thing. It's objective data. So the insurance company can't say, no, they're faking it. They're just saying it hurts. It's like, no. We brought this equipment in. Okay, that was expensive. Okay, I'm the only one that I know of in the area that's put the effort into doing it. And it gives you that edge to get in the care you need. Not more than you need. Okay, but what you need. You got to know that you're damaged and prove it so that the insurance company will pay for the damage from that car crash. Okay.
Too many times and too many crashes can cause you problems the rest of your life.
Well, yeah.
Right, Doc?
Absolutely. I'm one of
Had a
them.
few.
Yeah, I'm a specialist in getting in crashes. I've had 4 totaled vehicles in the 20 years I've been up here, and a few more crashes
None have
before.
been your fault, though.
I rolled my car on Fisher Lake Corner once. I got to take a mulligan on that one.
It's that right foot thing.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was it. But the other ones,
Yeah.
I had a guy hit me.
Broadsided at the junction.
Yep. It just absolutely, I was broadsided at the junction where those other 2 fatals we were talking about occurred.
Yeah.
I could have been a fatal there. I could have been a dead guy. Luckily, the side impact airbag saved me. I've been hit head on in front of A&W. A guy was drag racing a friend, and his girlfriend actually stopped to turn left into A&W, ex-girlfriend, and he hit the brakes, swerved into me, and we hit head on. That took my half-ton pickup out. And let's see, what was the other one? Oh, I got rear-ended by Mustafa Javid down in Madison, coming back from Wisconsin Chiropractic Association board meeting. So, yeah, I've been rear-ended, I've been T-boned, I've been hit head-on, I've rolled. I've got the whole resume of ways to get in car crashes. I've become good at that.
So you know what you're talking about when we talk about what can happen in a car accident.
Absolutely. And I've got permanent damage in my neck and spine that, in spite of everything I can do at the office, okay, and I had another chiropractic friend over there this morning getting adjusted and me adjusting him, but all the high-tech stuff we've got, I've still got permanent damage. And that's something that at the end of a car crash case, even if we do everything right, you may still end up with permanent damage. Your ligaments will never be as good as new. Jordy Nelson's knee is never going to be as good as new, okay? That you've got to be able to objectify as well and show. So I'm not all that excited about everybody going to an attorney. I'm not so happy, but if you've got permanent issues, It's not an amateur's game, and we refer out to attorneys regularly to get that opinion. Because my job is not that of a litigator. My job is that to get you as healthy as possible, and then the attorneys take over after that.
Thank you for your time, Doctor.
Thanks for having me.
And if you have any questions whatsoever, call Dr. John Nowicki's office at
779-1300.
For In Touch. I'm Aaron Harper.